right, Jay. Spring ball is in the books. How do you feel it went for the defense?
Well, I think we made a lot of progression. We did a good job of filling some holes that were left from some vacated seniors. I thought the depth chart solidified itself a lot. We've got more players now ready to play game situations than I think we did last year, which is good.
At this time, is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then the ownership of the defense, I think, continues to get better and better. Now, we're not there yet. Today, if you were here for practice, I was getting upset at a couple things, but that's only going to get better and better as we go, just the ownership of what we're calling and why we're calling certain things. And I think that's part of the exciting part is we got some steps to take forward still.
Does that progression with the group and what they know and how they're able to execute change what you can call as a defensive coordinator?
It does, yeah, for sure. The better grasp we have on the defense, the more the package can expand. If we're not handling it well, then we got to keep it a little more simplistic, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to limit us on what we can call because we don't have ownership, and that's on coaches. We got to do a good job of teaching it.
Let's walk through the position groups and what you liked and maybe who sticks out, if anybody. Defensive line.
Defensive line, Tyler Batty's a guy that we know we can win with. I like Blake Mangelson, what he showed this year. Logan Latui had a really, really good spring. Banya. So that defensive end group, good. The defensive tackle group, much bigger than last year. We've added some beef in there. I think it's a great competition on how those guys are playing. John Nelson stood out to me. Tui Saili is a big, huge body that's athletic. We got to continue to just bring him along in the program. Same with David Latu. Josh Singh had a nice spring. So anyway, bottom line, I think that defensive line took a great step forward, and they're much more ready to play. They will be much better, too, with the 29 practices in fall camp.
How about the linebackers?
Linebackers, so we're still waiting on Bywater. His health is still, wait and see on how he continues to progress. Same with Cialia Serra. So those are some names that they'll continue to see. I thought Jack Kelly had a great camp. Now, that's easier for him just because of his familiarity with the defense and where he's coming from. Let's see, Ace Kafusi did a lot of great things. Harrison Taggart, a lot of good stuff. Miles Hall is a young guy that stepped up and did some things. Micah Kafusi. Isaiah Glasker. So I like the progression of the group. A lot of guys got reps, and they all had their moments of showing that they can be really good players in this defense.
With Cialia and Ben, will they be good for fall camp?
We're hoping they should be. Their injuries are such that they're progressing in the right manner. I'm not a doctor, but they should be for sure ready to go for the start of fall camp.
With Jack Kelly, it's hard for a guy to come in right away and be super impressive. I think he is familiar with the defense, but it seems like he's really impressed his teammates in the weight room, on the field, and otherwise.
Well, Jack, there's a reason why I wanted him here, right? I knew what kind of player he was. I knew his fit to what we were doing here at BYU would be good. So I'm excited to watch his progression. I think you'll see a very similar success that like an Eddie Heckard had last year or Cam Garrett. Those guys that came in and were familiar with what we were doing and my expectations, I thought those guys really played well last year.
Jack Kelly's a linebacker name, is it not?
Oh, yeah. Isn't that perfect for him? Yeah. And the fans are going to love him. He brings a lot of energy, a lot of juice. He fits exactly what we're trying to accomplish here at BYU, just personality-wise and person-wise and player. So I think the fans are going to love him.
Okay, let's talk secondary, starting with cornerbacks.
Corners, love Jacob Robinson. He's progressed. He's playing as good as I've seen him play. I think he's really bought into the techniques and things that we're doing. Maury Bamba played towards the end of spring. We missed him early on. He did a lot of good things. Evan Johnson was another one that started to really stand out, made some nice plays today. So that group had a ton of injuries, and so there's a lot of guys that we're hoping really step up come fall camp, like a Marcus McKenzie, Jaden Dunlap, some of those guys, Koa Eldridge. So anyway, that group, we need to get healthy.
And at safety, you weren't super healthy last year, but a lot of guys got experience. So if you throw one of like 6 guys in there, they played in meaningful games.
Well, so there's 8 guys that I know I could throw in there and we can win a game with. What we need from that group, we need guys to start standing out. We need the cream to rise to the top. like I say, there's a lot of guys that we can play with and win with, but we need guys to play like all conference level, and that's what we're still waiting to see who that is going to be.
So no one stuck out in spring in terms of, yes, I would start these two, or I need more time to see?
Not right now. I mean, Micah Harper's still coming off an injury. He didn't go this spring. I thought Talon Alfrey played good. Ethan Slade played good. Tanner Wall played good. Those are guys that people have known about. Ones that maybe stood out that people haven't heard as much about, like a Tommy Prasis looked really good for a freshman, true freshman. Still is not even 18 years old. He looked good. I thought Chica did a lot of great things this year. Crew Wakely's one that played a lot that didn't go through spring. So it's going to be battle royale in that group, and I'm excited to see it because I get to coach those guys. And the thing about those guys, they're phenomenal guys that will give everything they got.
Is there any positions you need to target in the transfer portal in your mind?
No, nothing we have to target. Now, if there's a difference maker that's available, then we'll look hard at that fit into what we're doing, but nothing we have to target.
Listen, all of you look great in blue, but Gary Anderson looks great with the BYU logo out there. What role is he playing, and what's it been like to have Gary out here?
So he's acting as a consultant. I think he's great for me. He's great for Kalani to have around. It's one more veteran guy that's been there, done that. He's been around huge programs. He's been in huge games. He's called defenses in huge games. He's been a head coach in huge games. So anyway, it's just one more guy that we can bounce ideas off. And the players respect the heck out of him and love having him around.
As of this conversation, we know some of the pro day results from Thursday, not Saturday, but what did you think of some of your guys Thursday in Dallas?
Well, you know what? I've seen the results. I haven't talked to the players yet, just in fairness to them and what they're trying to accomplish out there. I don't want to be a distraction to them, but I heard Cam Garrett ran really good. I know one thing, there's 6 or 7 defenders: Cam Garrett, Eddie Heckard, Max Tooley, Nysa Mahe, Jackson Cravens, AJ Vaughn Pichong. I mean, there's a bunch of guys given the right opportunity that can make NFL rosters. I hope they get those chances, and you just never quite know how it goes. But I've heard good things coming out of Dallas.
Well, thanks for the time, Jay, and enjoy the offseason. Yeah, right, there's no offseason.
And no offseason for us. So anyway, thank you. Appreciate it.